Hey, Eric and Lauren. Just want to say congratulations. We're so happy for you guys, Sarah and I both. This has been a long time coming, and I'm so happy to be here to celebrate with you, and looking forward to a lifetime of just joy together. You guys are so special. Eric, I love you. You're like a brother. You know that, and Eric and Lauren, a sister now as well. Thank you so much for having us and letting us be a part of this. It truly is a wonderful thing. Thank you.
Hi, Eric and Lauren. I just want to thank you both for including me on your special day. It means a lot to me that you chose me to be a part of it, and I I just want to say that I'm extremely inspired by your love, and whenever I'm around you, I just see the joy that you bring to each other, and it warms my heart truly. And I want to wish you the best of success in your marriage. I know that you're going to have many years of happiness and joy together, and I'm just very very happy for both of you, and this exciting day that we're going to be a part of here. I think we're about a half an hour away, and from the ceremony, and love you both.
Lauren, we are so excited for you to join our family. I couldn't ask for a better sister-in-law. I wish both you and Eric a very happy marriage, and I know it's going to be great having you in our family for years to come. So congratulations.
Eric and Lauren, congratulations. I'm so, so, so excited that you're getting married. Eric, you found the love of your life, and she's going to be my new fabulous sister. I can't wait to see you in your dress, Lauren. Love you guys. Bye.
Hi, Lauren. Mary Kay and I are so honored to be here. We love you so very, very much. This very special day is something that we really wish both of you the very best. You know, we flew out last night from Connecticut. I think we have the record for the longest travel to get to your wedding. But we want to give you the very best wishes for your future, you and Eric, and thank you so much for having us. We love you very much.
Lauren, this is a big day. Everybody's going to say that to you, but it's a really big day. And of course, it's just another 35 years to go until you get to where I'm at. But you're just such a special woman now. An incredible girl, little girl. Wonderful to have you as long as we had you in the family, and of course we still have you in the family, but now it's in a different way. We're all kind of growing and moving in our directions that we need to be, and so I'm just so proud of you, and I can't wait for you to walk down the aisle with me, and for the rest of your life be with us, and so love you very much, and congratulations.
Eric and Lauren, I want you to know that I love you both so much, and I hope that your honeymoon lasts forever. God bless you.
Hey, love. It's about an hour away from the ceremony, and I'm excited. I'm hanging out with the boys, but thinking of you. Can't wait to walk down the aisle with you, and can't wait to share the rest of my life with you. I love you, and can't wait to see you. Love ya.
I want to propose a real quick toast here. Neil Clark Warren. I would like to propose a toast to Neil Clark Warren. Do we know who he is? Yes. In 1999, he founded a company, eHarmony. Oh. Thank God for Neil Clark Warren. Now, as family and friends, we know Lauren is a great person, a great daughter, a great sister, a great granddaughter, a great friend, a great teacher. I know that. I saw Lauren. I've known her for 5 days. I saw Lauren in Africa in front of a third grade class. And in 5 minutes, she had lit up the room. And those of us who know Eric know him as a great son, a great brother, a great grandson, and a great businessman. But we're not here tonight to recognize them as individuals. They are living proof that a great person and a great person makes a fantastic couple. Tonight, I happen to know that June 14th in my mind is not specific enough. Tonight at 5:27, they started their honeymoon. And I happen to know for a fact that honeymoons can go on forever. So I would like to propose a toast to this lovely couple. And may your honeymoon last forever. Cheers.
I would just like to welcome Lauren to our family. And Eric, I'm so proud of you. And I just want to say, you got this right.
Thank you very much. We just bow our heads before we have our meal. And Lord, bless the union of Lauren, Eric, and their families and friends, and those who could not be here with us today to celebrate. Lauren, Eric, may your mornings bring joy and your evenings bring peace. May your troubles grow few as your blessings increase. May the saddest day of your future be no worse than the happiest day of your past. May your hands be forever clasped in friendship and your hearts joined forever in love. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen.
New York in the house. This is my moment. As many of you know, I am Lauren's sister. And if all goes according to plan, you will all soon know me as the maid of honor who did the worm across the dance floor. That is going to happen, probably. I have had the privilege of knowing Lauren since she was just an adorable little baby with a rat tail who liked to hide in the cupboard naked. Still does. And I've also had the pleasure of seeing this blessed union unfold from the very beginning, and I just wanted to tell you my side of it, at least what I heard from Lauren at the beginning. So after one whole week of being in the online dating market, Lauren received a message from a handsome redhead, this guy. I believe he was drawn to the jaunty beret she wore in her profile picture, as well as her deep love of snowshoeing. Because Lauren is a big snowshoer, as we all know. We all exaggerate a little bit in our profiles. Lots of snowshoeing happening. After their first date, I casually asked Lauren how it went, and she said he was cute, he was smart, he was great, but there was a pause. She said he wore a belt with alligators on it. But then there's another pause, and she said, but he was so great, and I will be so sad if I don't hear from him. And I don't want to throw out any spoilers, guys, but he called. He called. From then on, these two were inseparable. They were FaceTiming me from Trader Joe's, talking about making lemon poppy seed muffins. And I was thinking, who has this much fun making lemon poppy seed muffins? Obviously, it was one of two things. Eric was a sociopath, and I was watching a lot of Dexter at the time, so that was on me. But, or the alternative was that we were onto something really special, and they just loved hanging out with each other. Eventually it came time for me to meet Eric, and I was prepared to put him to the test through a battle of wits and culinary exercises. From apples to apples marathons to cookie baking competitions, he rose to the challenge and in many instances triumphed. Eric is one of those people who is annoyingly good at things, and but not the cookie competition. His were pretty terrible. He should have stuck to his forte, which of course was lemon poppy seed muffins. What I instantly liked was that Eric was up for anything, which is an important quality in our family, and he brought a lot to the table. He taught my mom how to make Low Country boil, and took us on a hilarious outing to the Russian vodka room in New York. Where he'd gone with his family. I soon learned that he dresses like a Kennedy at all times. Gives a solid handshake. He really does. Folds socks with military precision. Appreciates fine leather goods. And can execute an effective action plan in the face of one of Lauren's hot flashes. But most importantly, I learned that Eric is a person who shows up. The week our Grandpa Willie passed away, he flew in for the funeral even though he could only be there for a day or two because he knew it was really important. And this Thanksgiving, he joined us in my grandma's hometown of Foxburg, where he patiently drove us all around in a minivan with beef sticks and asked her any questions about her childhood. Like Lauren, Eric comes from a loving family with fun traditions of their own. I especially like how they always seem to have an assignment, like writing poems for Christmas. I really loved one tradition Eric shared with us on Lauren's birthday. He asked us to go around the circle and say something nice about her. And he said that she just makes everything fun. She makes everything better. And that's just true. That always stuck with me for its simple and yet undeniable truth. My sister is just so much fun. Going to her classroom is like pure joy. I inevitably tear up every time I go. Her kids don't only respect and adore her, but they're having the best time. I was there once, and they had to do this assignment where they were making the world's grossest sandwich. And I have never had to spell the word booger more times in my life. They also ask you really hilarious questions like, do you prefer New York pizza over Chicago pizza? And if Lauren is younger, why is she taller than you? And they asked us if there was a time when we didn't get along. And I told them that sure, there were times, neglecting to mention the time she kept a detailed Harriet the Spy journal about me and my high school boyfriend. But I told them that my sister has always been my best friend. Whether it was putting on a neighborhood production of The Lion King, which the Krauses can attest to back there, or using our old dance costumes, jumping off the balcony onto a pile of cushions using a sheet as a cape, choreographing a rollerblade dance to Billy Joel's River of Dreams, selling homemade scrunchies and potpourri to the neighbors, or getting our poor old dog Sandy to tow us on skateboards we have never wanted for entertainment, even in adulthood. Just a few years ago, we bought matching polka dot onesies and did an extensive photo shoot around the house while my dad looked on, shaking his head as if to say, I always wanted sons. It gives me a strange peace to know that we'll always be like this, forever speaking the same strange language, a brand of sister shorthand involving nonsensical phrases and songs. I'm so glad to know she's found a partner who loves this silliness and finds joy in life's simple moments, because as I've seen in my grandparents' and parents' marriages, this is the stuff of true, long-lasting romance. As a couple, Lauren and Eric are both generous and thoughtful. They send handwritten thank you notes. They give their all and invest in the people they love. When we went to visit them in St. Louis, they were perfect hosts, taking us to a Cardinals game and even to see the world's largest underpants. In fact, they are such good hosts that two birds, which they've named Barbara and Frank, or Fred? Frank? Have taken up residence in the flower pots on their apartment balcony. Oh, well, and built a nest for their new family. Like Fred and Barbara, Lauren, Frank and Barbara, Eric and Lauren are building their own nest and starting the next chapter in their life together. I wish you many years of making lemon poppy seed muffins together, if you know what I mean. So please join me, everyone, in raising your glasses to these St. Louis Cardinals, our very own lovebirds, Lauren and Eric.
Wow. Thank you, Megan. I thought we agreed that it was going to be a little bit shorter, a little bit sweeter. These hand-scribbled notes. Thank you, sweetie. First off, I'd like to say thank you to Pat and Linda McDonald. What a beautiful celebration today. Such a beautiful setting, beautiful bride, and might I say, such an attractive cast of groomsmen and bridesmaids. It was 14 years ago this month that I met Erica Capel in Colorado Springs, Colorado, marching up the Bring Me Men ramp, although that might not have applied to him. It was several days into basic training before we really had enough time to kind of talk with one another. And I remember one of the first conversations that we had, Eric was telling me, if I make it through this place, my dad told me he'll buy me any car I want. And right away I was like, shit, well, this is a guy I got to get to know. Such that I think Eric was a little taken back right away when I started talking about the car that we would pick out. Little did he know that less than 5 years later I would be encroaching upon his sister, the stake that he had as the eldest son in the family, and ultimately a share of the family inheritance. Ultimately, just by chance, I had spent numerous holidays with the Capel family, basically from my freshman year, in which Eric and I were roommates. Ultimately, getting stationed at Charleston Air Force Base, moving there, and then known Sarah, eventually fell in love with her, and married her. I made good by it. And such started such a wonderful thing that is a family that is so special, and such a unique experience to have my best friend is also my brother-in-law, and also joined by such a great cast in Steve and Katie as well, who've been married 9 years. I've been sleeping with his sister for 9 years, but only been married for 8. And so it's been a great time, and and we've had many years of a lot of fun, great trips, and it was always a little bit sad in that we had such a great time, and Eric never brought anybody around, and to the point where we started getting a little bit nervous. I actually confirmed on Online Dating magazine that red hair is the least desirable physical attribute of an online dating profile. And I knew that plus the fact that he had more and more hair on his butt than he did on his head was not going to go well for him. Years went by, no one showed up for Christmas, no one showed up for Thanksgiving, and everybody started getting a little bit nervous. And we thought maybe, eventually it would just be us and weird, alone Uncle Eric. Enter Lauren Claire McDonald. I knew right away, guys don't talk about girls like this, but I knew right away that Lauren was special when he told me I met someone. And it wasn't long after that we met her at a wedding of a couple that couldn't be here, Alex and Carla. But soon thereafter, Eric asked Patty and Dan if Lauren could join us on a family trip in Africa, and that's saying a lot because this is it's a close-knit family. And I have to say that Lauren came and she swept us all away as she swept Eric away. And we all knew then that she truly was someone special and the right person for Eric, and we felt like we would be here together someday celebrating this. I did question. Thank you. I did question a little bit of the blindness of her love, given that it was several months into their dating before she realized that he had a twin brother growing out of his back that had almost gone full term before she noticed it. Seriously, it was the size of a basketball. How can you not see that? And so I'd like for all of us to raise our glasses and toast to blind, blissful love. May it last forever. Hear, hear. I got one more speech prepared.
Thanks for running that by me, Steve.
I'm sorry, I should have told you earlier. So this has been sitting with me for some time. And actually 10 years this has been sitting, a little bit over 10 years. And I always felt a little bit disadvantaged in that Eric and I were roommates, and we had good times together. And Eric thought that it was fun to tell his parents about his crazy roommate Stu, and he's doing this, he's doing that. Oh, and I'm a little bit nervous. He's going to get us in trouble, Dad and Mom. And that was fine when it was fun, but then when you start dating their daughter, it becomes a little bit more serious. And the fun Stu could be a liability now. And so, and it was one of the only arguments Eric and I had ever had, serious arguments, and that we hugged it out eventually. And that I said, you got to stop telling your parents everything that I do. So, revenge is a dish best served cold. Pat, here's a few things no one knows about, and I've been holding on for over a decade. One time, Eric eluded capture in a underclassmen's dorm room by pulling a Mission Impossible high-wire act over the cross of 2 stories high into one room from the other. I only had to go save him after a SOS call. And I answered the door of the room they thought he was in, and I saved him. Our junior year, Eric got so drunk at the Notre Dame game that he passed out in a bathroom stall in the 4th quarter. He woke up 4 hours later. 55,000 people had disappeared, and he was the only one left in the stadium. He ended up having to climb the fence to get out. It was like a nightmare out of Vanilla Sky or something. He collapsed in the parking lot after realizing he didn't know if he was in the middle of a nightmare or what. Collapsed in the parking lot and ended up crying. He was positive for dorm inspection that night, and I told him I didn't know where he was. Sometime the next day, they came by and they said, well, Eric, what's going on? Where have you been? And he crafted some crazy story about some tailgate, and a guy slipped him a Mickey, and then he ended up passing out. And he was such a Boy Scout that they believed him. That would never happen if it was me. Also, this is for Dan and Patty too, he wrecked his car junior year. Actually, Chris McCarney wrecked his car junior year. No one found out because it was a cash transaction on the repairs. So I think it's always, I felt that personally, it's good to know that you're always being monitored and watched by your father-in-law, and you got to live up and earn it every day. I felt like I had to under circumstance, but I want you to know, Eric, that Pat's watching. Pat's watching. Pat's watching.
Look, anything you did, I did twice better, okay? So don't worry about it. My daughter has seen everything, heard everything, knows everything, and she told me all about you. And I said, you know what? It's good. He got it out of his system, and now he's marrying the lady of his dreams. And that's what it's all about. You know? He says, oh, he had his catting around time and everything else. And you know what? He's a good-looking guy, and I say, go for it. You're a single man. Go for it. When it's time to settle down, you picked a good one. So, yeah. So, no, I just want to say a couple things here. a lot of people have already told a lot of the stories that I was going to tell, and that's okay, and that's all right, because the main thing is I want to impart here is that really, actually there is one story. Before we left here, before we came down the aisle, Lauren goes, "Are you ready for this, Dad?" And I go, "I've been ready for this ever since I met him." And that wasn't planned, and she didn't ask me that was planned. It was just something I had to say, and she's like, "Oh God, Dad, don't say that now. I'm gonna cry." And I said, "Stop crying, suck it up, let's go." So, yeah, right on. And that's kind of the way her life has been. Is that, you know, she's a daughter, you know, that I'm so blessed to have two incredible daughters. I grew up with 4 amazing sisters, a wonderful mom and dad. I married a most fantastic, beautiful woman. I've been really blessed to be around girls all my life. I get along great with them. When I had 2 daughters, everybody was like, "Did you ever want to have a son?" I said, "Well, yeah, I suppose it would have been nice to have a son, but I mean, come on. I have the best, absolutely the best, and the 2 most incredible daughters. And I've got enough nephews to choke a horse with. I mean, you know, these guys, you know, who needs nephews? They were crawling all over and beat me up every Christmas. I got scars all over my body. Yeah. But we have had a lot of fun over the years as a family. An incredible amount of love and devotion involved in that. You know, we on both sides of the family, we've done a lot of things. We've traveled a lot of places. Family is so important to us. And when I see how Eric interacts with his family and how Lauren loves their family, I mean, and of course, as soon as I met every member of the Capples, I felt like I'd known them forever. It's not as if I had wondered about, well, I don't know, how's she going to fit in, or I don't know about him, or it was just, I mean, Sarah came up to me in 2 minutes. I just fell in love with you. It was just, so that's the kind of family that they're going into. And, you know, you get that feeling, you know, about people. But one of the things I told Lauren was from the very beginning was, when you meet someone, when you see that person come in the door and you don't feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up a little bit, because it's a part of our world, you know, of who we are. It's love, and it's something strong physically. If you don't have that from the very beginning, you're not going to probably get it. And she had that from the very beginning. She met you, it was just there. And she says, "Dad, I want you to meet this guy." And I go, "Who's she meeting?" I mean, you know, I was like, "Who's this guy?" And of course, other people have told the stories, but the first time I met him was down in San Diego. And I will only say this about the fact that they no longer live in San Diego. They met in San Diego. They he moved to Dallas on a job, and that was really a difficult thing for our family to realize that, you know, my daughter is falling in love with somebody who's going to move away, and I think she's going to go with him. And you know what she said? She said, "He is where I need to be." And that is the most important thing to our family, is that it doesn't matter where you are, it is who you're with. And so I think that's the key here, is that they are together now. We are so happy for them. I love you, Eric. Everybody knows I love Lauren. She's just been the most amazing daughter. But I do want to tell one little story about how incredibly resilient she is. Now, she's a very, very strong woman. I mean, she punched me in the face once in Ireland. Am I right? Punched me right in the face, cold cocked me. And I was barking like a dog, imitating a dog in the dark as we're walking down this road in the middle of Ireland. She's like, "Dad, don't do that." And I said, "Row, row, row, row," you know, and like this, you know. And then she's like, "Dad, don't do that." And of course, I did it some more. And it was really dark. And next thing I see this fist come out, and she just hit me. And I swear, I must have a strong nose, because it didn't break my nose. But man, I was seeing stars. And I learned one thing. Don't bark when she tells you. Don't bark when she tells you not to bark. Anyhow, so there's a lot of there's a million stories I could tell you about my daughters having so much fun together and all the great places. We threw a lot of things at you over the years. We wanted you to. We didn't know that you would stick. I mean, we told you to go play volleyball and soccer and everything else, and some of those things. And then it was water polo, and a lot of the things you just start to pick yourself. And the main thing is you just throw things at kids, and some stick and some don't. They find their own way eventually. And Lauren has just, I mean, there's been a lot of influences with her, but I mean, the foundation was always there. She was always just a wonderful person. And I can just see that she's found somebody with an incredible foundation and is great as a person as well. So I just want to just give you all my love and my congratulations tonight, and thanking everybody for coming here. Now, I want to have my wife come up, Linda, as because as you know, all marriages are a team. From the very beginning, we've been a team, and I want Linda to thank everybody here. And she's always so eloquent, far more eloquent than I could ever be, and I want her to be up here with me, because this is what marriage is all about. It's not about Dad being the big guy and standing up here and being the big shot. It's about two people having a family and getting it done. You know what I mean? Getting it done. So I want to introduce, this is my lovely wife, Linda. Everybody knows Linda, and she was a big part of what is going on here tonight. And I just want to add one thing. 18 hours of labor, baby. She deserves to be right here, right now. So I'm going to turn it over to Linda, and then I'll make the final toast.
And it was the day of the Army-Navy Games, so it was a pretty big deal. As Pat said, we have many, many people to thank, and the first person is his hip surgeon. So that was good. His hip surgeon. And so that was great. Got through that so he could dance tonight. So cheers to Dr. Cohen. Love him. The second would be Verizon Wireless, because without them, Lauren and I could not have pulled this off from St. Louis to San Diego. I'd also like to thank Say Yes to the Dress, because that was what inspired us from the get-go. We watched hours and hours and hours of Say Yes to the Dress over the years. And for today, mostly having a bride that just leapt into this with a vision that was so beautiful and simple and inspiring, like she is. So she came up with this idea, and she told her dad what she wanted, and he said, I can do that. So he started with the vinegar and the flame torch and the pieces of wood, and he crafted the boards. And then she said, I need a box for the cards. So he made a box for the cards. And then he tried to find some crates that he could paint, and he couldn't do that. So he made some more boards so he could make the crates. So I want to thank Pat for listening and implementing the vision so that it could be beautiful. I'd also like to thank my mister, because about 3 weeks after the topiaries arrived in October, because that's when they were on sale, Lauren sent me an email that said, oh, they need to be lightly misted once a month. They're individually wrapped in styrofoam, and a cardboard case is really a pain in the butt to get them in and out. So I want to thank my mister. We had a great relationship, and I sprayed them every month. And aren't they gorgeous? They lasted, didn't they? They look great. So me and my mister, that was great. So seriously, I want to thank everyone who came from a distance. We know how challenging it is to fly and to get here and to be here. And we want to thank everyone who came locally and got babysitters and really, really committed to being with us tonight. So we want to thank all of you for that. I want to thank our parents and our grandparents for teaching us how to parent and teaching us how to throw a party. And I want to thank our friends for being here and supporting us. I want to thank the Capples. They have just been incredibly welcoming for our daughter from the get-go, and throughout this whole wedding process and getting to know them. And just like Pat said, we felt like we've known them forever. And they've been so supportive and so helpful with the slideshow and the lavender bags, and just, it seemed like every day something was arriving at our porch from Charleston, and it was just really, really nice to be a team to put the wedding together. So, Team Capel, that's right. teen couple. So it's been really, really great. We thank you for being here, and we thank Eric for coming into our family and being such the son that I always dreamed of having. So thank you, everyone, for being here. For my mom, for being great. She was my cheerleader, and she would always tell me how lovely it was going to be, and it was going to be just perfect, and she was right. So thank you, everyone. Here's Pat.
Okay, great. All right, a toast to the newlyweds. A toast. When children find true love, parents find love, or find true joy. Here's to your joy and ours from this day forward.
Congratulations, guys. Congratulations, guys.
Enjoy your union. Congratulations, Lauren and Eric. You guys are the most beautiful couple ever, and I'm so, so, so happy for you, and I love you both.
Congratulations.
Cheers.
We're gonna do what's new, Pussycat?
Oh no, I don't know this.
Lauren, what's new, Pussycat? Whoa, I don't know any Pussycat, I love you. I love you.
And then you gotta split your pants.
We're so excited. We're super excited.
Lauren and Eric, you honestly are the most beautiful couple, really, and that was such a pretty ceremony.
It was so beautiful, and we had so much fun with you guys today. It was like just such a joy hanging out with you all day. It was so easy and fun, and that's just how it is to be with you guys all the time.
I cried the whole time because it was amazingly emotional and happy and just pure joy. So on that note, I feel like we should sing.
We should.
Oh,
we should. You might recognize
We're really good at this.
And
wishing
and hoping and thinking and praying
and drinking and dancing and having
the time of our lives.
We love you guys.
Wow.
Oh, pure magic.
Our little Lauren and her handsome husband. It's been a very special day here. But it brings back just oceans and oceans of memories of our little girl, our sweet little girl. She has big sister Megan, and they've both been such a jewel, a complete love story between their grandpa and their grandma Lawrence and others in the family. We've been so blessed to have them, and now I wish, along with Grandpa, Granny and Grandpa, send their love to you, Lauren, and to Eric. I know that your journey, as I said to Bob when he was remembering what I had dreamed about, that your journey through life will be nothing but joy and happiness. And we're so blessed to have you in the family, Eric. And we just wish you oceans and oceans of continued love, success, faith, trust, and just a wonderful journey through your life. God bless you both. Brownie loves you.
Hi, Lauren and Eric. This is Mom. And we just can't believe how awesome everything's going. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful night for a beautiful couple. You were just precious up there during the ceremony, both of you. It's just so obvious how genuine and powerful your love is for each other. So tonight is the beginning, as everyone has said, of your lifelong honeymoon. So we wish you the best.
Wow, that's really good. I don't know if I can add anything to that. No, I love you so much, and I'm just so happy to have Eric as a son-in-law and you joining her family. It's really what I hoped for when you were born, and as we were raising you. So, love you so much, you guys, and congratulations.
Love you, Fweeter. Love you, Eric.
Hello, Eric and Lauren. I just want to tell you that we are so excited to have you in our family, Lauren. And Eric, I'm very, very proud of you and know that you're going to have a wonderful life together. and just have lots of fun, lots of laughing, and you'll do just fine.
And I want to thank you both for what you do for Patty and I, because you charge our batteries. You really make us feel younger, and we want to thank you for that and wish you all the happiness in the world.